For drivers heading out this morning dealing with quite a bit of fog.
Yes.
Yes, the rain and wind have wrapped up. Now we talk about fog.
I know. Now it's a whole new ball game.
Yeah.
Something with you guys. I know, right?
That's all right. Things will improve later this afternoon.
Yes, we're going to see some peaks of sunshine. It's mild out there, but it is foggy as well.
Take a look at the visibilities across the state right now, down to 0 miles in Chester, sitting at a mile, Norwich, Willimantic, Hartford, Windsor Locks, quarter mile along the entire shoreline and up to Waterbury, about 1.25 miles in Torrington, 1.5 miles in Tolland. Dense fog advisories have been issued for the Connecticut shoreline. These just came in at about 8:45 this morning and go until 11 o'clock this morning. So it's pretty short-lived, but this is what it looks like on our New Haven iCam right now. 55 degrees in the Elm City, but we cannot see a thing. A live look on our iCam in New London, well, pretty similar conditions here. But look at the temperature trend. In the mid and upper 50s even, and then dropping back as the day progresses. But once we start to get our next batch of wind in, which is going to be over the next 2 hours, that will help to mix this fog back out. So this is a short window of time in what is expected to still be a bit of a brighter afternoon. First Alert Live radar over the last half hour showing some spotty showers. As expected, a couple of stray showers still lingering, but the bulk of the heaviest rain has since moved on out. This is a bit of a heavier shower that's tracking up 395 toward Thompson and Woodstock right now. That's going to work its way out of the northeastern part of the state and away from us. And then after that, again, we're just dealing with maybe some spotty showers. We have seen some other rivers added to these flood warnings, though. We have the Still River, the Farmington River, the Housatonic, Connecticut, and Yantic rivers all forecast to reach the minor to moderate flood stages as the afternoon continues, and some of them may not even recede until overnight tonight. Along the shoreline, we're expecting moderate flooding during the high tide cycles. We're about 1.5 hours out from the high tide in New London, a little bit more than that for Old Saybrook, and then the New Haven high tide today is at 12:22. All the typical prone areas where we tend to see high water during these events will see that during the high tide cycles right now. We're dealing with, again, some extra water in Long Island Sound from that persistent east-southeast wind that we saw. Wind gusts for now have calmed back down, but again, this is a short-lived window because we expect them to pick right back up as the day progresses. But coming in on that southerly wind, temperatures surging. 57 in Chester right now, 52 in Norwich, 51 in Meriden, 52 at Hartford Brainerd. Still a bit chillier along the Massachusetts border, 44 in Windsor Locks, 46 in Salisbury, and 46 in Putnam. Those dew points are back up too, though, so you may feel the humidity in the air. Certainly not the dry weather that you would expect this time of year. Gusts return to the 20-mile-an-hour range starting around 11 o'clock. And then we see them top 30 miles an hour as we get later into the afternoon. Coming up in just a minute, meteorologist Lauren Richardson is going to break down some of the strongest gusts that we've seen so far today. But here's our storm system moving on out. Some stray showers developing in parts of New York State, and then on the backside of this storm, there's a couple of stray showers too. And we still could see those, but overall, the day will trend drier. The East Coast, certainly some of the warmest air that we have across the entire country right now. It's 19 below in Pierre, South Dakota. That's not the wind chill, that's the temperature, 12 below in Denver. And while we're not going to get quite that cold, we do bring colder air in behind this storm system. And this could set us up tomorrow for perhaps some light snow showers in the afternoon. It's a very short window of time, right around lunchtime, when we see a few snow showers pass through, and then things will trend back toward colder and drier for MLK Junior Day on Monday. So tonight, temperatures in the 20s, inland low 30s along the shoreline, certainly a little bit closer to average for this time of year, but still above average overall. And then tomorrow, here's the feels like temperature trend. It's still windy at times tomorrow, making it feel like we're in the 20s all day inland, and there's that risk for a few snow showers later in the day. On the First Alert 7-day forecast, we're still keeping our eyes on Tuesday. The trend for Tuesday, though, has actually been to keep that storm perhaps a bit more offshore, which means at most a glancing blow with some snow showers like the European model showing, but it also could be a complete miss out to sea, like the American model has here. So still certainly a lot to figure out with this one. We'll keep our eyes updated on that, and Jill will have some updates later on tonight. Breezy and colder Wednesday, Thursday, with perhaps a bit more wintry weather to wrap up the work week. But today, we were the opposite of wintry. Lauren has much more on how much rain fell and what's going on across the state.
Yeah, hi, Mike. And you could see some of these gusts were very impressive earlier this morning, as Mike mentioned, too. We are expecting some more this afternoon. Here's a look, though. Stanford, I mean, 60 miles per hour. That's definitely very impressive, very strong, and even enough to be damaging. And Groton, some gusts in the 50s, as well as Milford, New Haven, 48 miles per hour, and then some gusts also in the 30s. So it was a very busy morning as far as the wind goes, and you can actually still see we do have a 17-mile-per-hour gust southwest in the Chester area, but that wind has quieted down for now, that coming in from the south, and that's also ushering in all of that warmer air. Now, as far as rain totals go, we did get a 2-inch total in New London. So once again, that it looks like the jackpot area, the southeast corner of our state, picked up a good amount of rainfall. You can see this is radar estimated over the past 24 hours, but 1 to 2 inches for some shoreline spots of our state. And then, yeah, we had this swath pushing through in southeast Connecticut that really brought a lot of rainfall. Now, the temperatures still are extremely mild. Our normal high temperature this time of year is 35 degrees at Bradley International Airport. Look at this, 52 in Hartford, 44 in Windsor Locks, and 50s along the shoreline. Very, very mild hour by hour. You can see we go up a little bit with some peaks of sunshine for this afternoon before we go back down. And then tonight is going to be a much cooler night, as Mike has been mentioning on tap. But yes, very windy, especially along the shoreline for this afternoon once again. Now, we do want to thank Neil, who sent in this picture from Haddam Neck. You could actually see a lot of fog out there. So if you do have any pictures outside or from this morning, please send them our way. We would love to see them. Cassidy?